everyone, this is Professor Benjamin, and in this session we are going to learn how to conduct docket searches. So besides docket searches, we're also going to talk about the Fourth Amendment, and we will do that in this PowerPoint. But the assignments that you have for this session actually deal with docket searches. So we'll do a federal docket search and we'll do a PA docket search. This video is going to show you how to do a PA docket search. And if you click on here, it's going to tell you what the assignment is. So here is the assignment. It gives you step-by-step instructions, but I'm going to show you those instructions as well in this video so that if you're confused, you'll be able to find the information. So what's the point of criminal docket searches? Well, criminal docket searches are publicly available in Pennsylvania, and it tells you either pending charges or the actual pending and decided cases. So it'll show, you'll see this, but it'll show whether it's pending or it has been decided. And if it's been decided, it tells you all the information about that. So if you know someone who lives in Philadelphia or anywhere in Pennsylvania, you can actually do a search on them and find out if they have any criminal records, whether their cases are pending, whether they've been decided, and then of course it tells you what the conviction is. So it'll tell you whether they were imprisoned or released on bail. It'll tell you how much money. All of those details are included in docket searches. So this is a wonderful tool to look up people if you want. I know that's a little creepy, but you can look up people in here. So the steps are going to design to teach you how to locate and navigate these criminal records in Pennsylvania. And we're going to use this website that's right here, U.S. Portal, PA Courts, and I will show you what to do. And then after you're done, you're going to actually look up these individuals. And we will do Gary Heidnick first, just to walk you through. But then you're going to have to right here, Kermit Gosnell will be another one, and you're going to have to identify the first two crimes in which these individuals were charged. And then you're also going to have to research the individuals and the Unicorn Killer, the Kensington Strangler, and Amuia Abu Jamal. And you have to actually find out what their real names are first before you do the docket search, because the docket search is listed under their legal name, not what maybe the media has named them, or if they've changed their name, right? It doesn't say that, but it's under what, well, if they've changed their name and legally done that, then that's it. But if they go by a different name, then it will tell you that. It'll tell you the aliases, but it is by their legal name. So you'll have to search by their legal name. Not by their nickname, etc., or maybe what the media has named them. So for the second part of the assignment, for these three individuals, you have to, of course, look them up. And then please note, for the last three criminal defendants, you will need to do some research on the internet to determine the name of the criminal defendant as well as his or her birth date in order to access the appropriate criminal dockets. And then you're going to tell us about you're going to tell us the first two crimes in which these individuals were charged as well down here. So you're going to have to list out what those two individuals were charged with. So here we go. Let's start. I'm going to take the website and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it into Google. Here we go. And up pops U.S. PA Courts should pop up. If I've done this right, it's a little slow right now. But here we go. Here's the PA Judicial System of Pennsylvania web portal. We are going to click up here on case information. So when you get to the portal, you can see there's tons of information here. Some of you may have even been to this website before. And then you go up here and you click on case information, and then we're going to click on court cases. So here's court cases, and you have all the different districts for court cases. We're going to click on Common Pleas Court. So we're going to click on Common Pleas Court from the drop down, and up will pop this. We do, and this is the case where we're going to search for the individual's names. We don't have the docket number, so we can't use docket number, but if you see here under search type, you can use the drop down and you can pick. We are going to pick by participant name because this is the information that we have, right? We have two Kermit and we have Gary's name, but then we have to look up the Unicorn Killer, etc., and we'll have their names when we're done doing a Google search. So participant name, here we go. Last name is Heidnick. And then here we go. We're going to put in Gary here. And we're going to put in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, because this is the county we're in. So Philadelphia. So if you know people, I've done some searches on babysitters, etc. Just, it's good to know if there's any background or anything that you need to worry about. And so you can do searches for individuals here. And so county, Pennsylvania, and you're going to hit search. So let me just give you a little background information on Gary Heidnik if you don't know. So Gary Heidnik is a serial killer from Pennsylvania. He kidnapped and tortured and raped 6 women. He killed 2 of them, one through electrocution, and one, I forget, I think he, unfortunately, one of them died, and I can't, starvation, I think from starvation, and she passed away from starvation and torture, and he dismembered her body, and he even tried to cook part of her body, and neighbors called the police, and they came, and he said he had that he was cooking something and he burned it. And then the other woman, he actually forced the other women to kind of use water torture, where he put her in water and electrocuted, and she unfortunately was electrocuted. But he tortured women, and so this court case will outline all of that. He was 55 years old, and he was through lethal injection. He was killed by lethal injection in 1999 at the age of 55. But if you scroll down, here's all of the information on Gary Heidnik in the system. And you can see it goes from earliest filing date to, so the most recent to the most historic ones. And if you look here, his first arrest came in 1972. And then you can see here in 1978. And I think these were just for these were for harassment or assault charges. And then these are what relates to the torture and killing of the 2 women. You'll also notice over here it has MC and CP. So MC are municipal court cases, and then the CP are when it gets to criminal. So municipal court hears the early phases of all criminal cases, even if they are homicides. At arraignment, the case are usually taken over by common pleas court. So a rape case will have 2 dockets, like an MC docket and then a CP docket. So that's why you see here, these were municipal, and then you can see that this one's a criminal. So they converge these into the criminal docket. All these municipal ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 criminal docket cases, right? 6 cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for each of the women, right? And notice they put them all into one criminal docket. Here's the court summary. This is the eventual what happened in the court case. And you'll see here, this is the court summary. So this is what the convictions were and what the penalty was. So you can see here, murder, first degree, rape. He was guilty on both those charges, and it tells you minimum 10 years, maximum 10 years. Kidnapping, deception, aggravated assault, simple assault, kidnapping. And he was guilty on all these charges. So you can see here for the 2 murder charges, right? Because he kidnapped 6 women, but 2 of them were killed. So he has all these involuntary intercourse, rape. So you have all of the convictions here, and then you have all of the sentence lengths that he received over here. And that is the court summary. Now, the other thing that's listed there, and you're probably going to use this a little bit more, is this docket sheet. So the second thing here is the docket sheet. Well, the first item is the docket sheet. When you click on the docket sheet, you have this show up. And this is what you're really going to pull a lot of the information from. Here's the judge that was, Lynn Abrams, was assigned to the case. When the filing date was, here's the originating docket number, that municipal case that was then turned into this criminal case. Here is the status information. So the case was migrated on 1987, and then it was completed. So he was eventually completely completed in 1989, and then he was killed in 1999 by lethal injection. Here is the defendant information. So it actually tells you if they have any aliases. They're listed here. Here are case participants. He's the only individual, although there was an individual that was arrested with him, and that individual said that they would testify against him. But if there's somebody else, and this comes up, I think on the midterm, or actually before the midterm, maybe on a couple other ones, if there's other individuals involved in the case, they will be listed here. Okay, so they actually may have their own docket sheet, but they'll say that there are participants within this case. All right, so if it has more than one individual involved. These are all the charges that the individual. Now, if we were in the classroom, I'd have a book of statutes that you can look up all these numbers and what they mean. Of course, it says it right next to it. So so he was charged with 2 first-degree murder cases. You can see here's one, and here's the other one. You can see rape, kidnapping, aggravated assault, simple assault, kidnapping, rape, aggravated assault, and these are for each one of the women, right? So they're all listed out separately, but these are all of the things that this individual is charged with. And you can see here what the guilty of first-degree murder, guilty of this rape charge, guilty. Now, if they're not found guilty, it'll say not guilty here, right? But you can see each line item then is out, and whether they were found guilty or not guilty. So, and then usually it'll say over here kind of what the sentence is. It says minimum of 10 years, maximum of 20 years. So it'll say all that information that's also on the court summary, but it's all listed here as well. And if you scroll down, now you'll see on Kermit Gosnell's one, remember he's the doctor, the gynecologist who he actually did a lot of abortions in the city of Philadelphia, and he actually like kept a lot of the fetuses. You'll see he has like page after page after page, because each one of those was considered a murder charge. So you'll actually see all of those listed in his deposition or in his docket sheet. This is some other information here. It'll tell you like his attorney, and it was court appointed. So who his attorney was, whether they were court appointed or not, whether they had their own attorney and paid out of pocket. Here are kind of a lot of the other things. So it'll tell you like what prison system they're held in. Sometimes this individual, of course, has been killed by lethal injection, but if he was still held in a court system, it would give you that information. So it would say where the individual was located and what jail system they were located in. But this kind of just gives you all the different things, like when the individual is transferred from one prison to another, it tells you that. So these dockets tell you a lot. You have to actually scroll through the docket and really read through it to understand what's going on. A lot of times students just like, oh, here's all the information, but they don't read through and really find the information in the docket. So this is going to help you. Remember, you're looking for the first 2 charges the individual was charged with. Okay, so you can say here, first-degree murder and rape they were charged with. If they have other criminal convictions, like you want to look at those as well, but this will help you on the charges for the individuals. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I hope this helped a little bit have the idea of what the individual has been charged with, and what what the original charges are, and then what they have after that. But you can see here they're all listed by date. So you of course want to take a look at the dates. They were charged all on the same date for these, but sometimes they're charged on different dates. Okay? Reach out if you have any questions, and I hope this helps.